In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Praise be to Allah, the cherisher and sustainer of the worlds, most gracious, most merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee do we worship, and thine aid we seek. Show us the right path, the path of those on whom thou hast bestowed thy grace, and those whose portion is not wrath, and who go not astray. Amen. Today we are observing as Hiroshima Day. It commemorates 6 August 1945, the day when an atomic bomb was dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima, followed by another atomic bombing on the city of Nagasaki. I would like to welcome our principal Shamsuddin sir to share his valuable words.
Today is August 6th. As we know, across the globe, this day is observed as Hiroshima Day. As we know, by the end of the Second World War, America dropped 2 atom bombs upon the 2 major cities of Japan named Hiroshima on August 6th and Nagasaki on August 9th. Needless to say, thousands and thousands of people were brutally killed, and lakhs of people were seriously injured, and they became sick, like serious diseases like leukemia, cancer, and so on. So, dear students, there is a question: why was it? Why America used a nuclear weapon? That is a question. It says that even after the surrendering of Japan, America was experimenting their nuclear weapon. They had developed nuclear bombs, and they had to experiment the power of the weapon. So they dropped it upon the innocent civilians of Japan, and lakhs of people were seriously suffered because of that. So, dear students, let me inform you, let me remind you, war is not a solution at all. We are against war. We are against all kind of war, and we are all against all kind of dispute. We like a peaceful and a harmonious world. Since you are the citizens of tomorrow, let me remind you, students, work against war, think against war, and speak against war. We need a war-free world. Let's work and let's struggle for the same. I request the students to work against all kind of war, all kind of disputes, and we promote a peaceful and harmonious world. In this day, the Mount HIRA family, we have decided to observe this day as a anti-war day, and we have organized different programs in connection with this day observance. So I request once again, my beloved students, be positive and think against all such negative attitudes and negative activities. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Shweta Madhav from 3rd standard with a Malayalam song, and let's watch it.
നമസ്കാരം. അമേരിക്കൻ ആധിപത്യത്തിന് മുമ്പിൽ ലോകം അമ്പരന്ന ഒരു ദിനത്തിന്റെ ഓർമ്മപ്പെടുത്തലാണ് 1945 ഓഗസ്റ്റ് 6 ജപ്പാനിലെ ഹിരോഷിമ എന്ന നഗരം മിനിറ്റുകൾ കൊണ്ട് തകർന്നടിഞ്ഞ ദൃശ്യങ്ങൾക്ക് നാം സാക്ഷ്യം വഹിച്ചു. വേണ്ട, ഇനി വേണ്ട, വേണ്ട വേണ്ട ഹിരോഷിമ, നാഗസാക്കികൾ വേണ്ട, വേണ്ട ശാന്തി ഗായകർ നാം, ശാന്തി ഗായകർ നാം. വേണ്ട, ഇനി വേണ്ട, വേണ്ട വേണ്ട ഹിരോഷിമ, നാഗസാക്കികൾ വേണ്ട, വേണ്ട ശാന്തി ഗായകർ നാം, ശാന്തി ഗായകർ നാം. അണുയുദ്ധത്തിൽ വിജയികളില്ല, അതിനന്ത്യത്തിൽ ജീവിതവും. വിജയിച്ചവരോ തോറ്റവരോ ഈ വിറങ്ങളിച്ച കബന്ധങ്ങൾ വേണ്ട ഇനി വേണ്ട 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 ഹിരോഷിമ. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Thank you, Sheda. Now, I would like to invite our chief guest, Mr. Mustafa Mangada, the State Secretary of Malavadi Bala Sangam, and to share us some valuable words.
മൗണ്ട് ഹിറ പബ്ലിക് സ്കൂളിലെ പ്രിയ മലർവാടി കൂട്ടുകാരെ, ദൈവത്തിൻ്റെ രക്ഷയും സമാധാനവും നിങ്ങളിൽ ഉണ്ടാവട്ടെ. ആഗസ്റ്റ് 6 ഹിരോഷിമ ദിനമാണ്. ഓഗസ്റ്റ് 9 നാഗസാക്കി ദിനവുമാണ്. യുദ്ധവിരുദ്ധ റാലികളും യുദ്ധവിരുദ്ധ പരിപാടികളുമൊക്കെ സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്ന ദിവസങ്ങളാണ് ഇവ. ലോകത്ത് യുദ്ധം വരുത്തിയിട്ടുള്ള വിനകളും അതിൽ പ്രയാസമനുഭവിക്കുന്ന കൊച്ചനുജന്മാരും അനിയത്തിമാരും സ്ത്രീകളും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ മറ്റ് അംഗവൈകല്യങ്ങൾ സംഭവിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ആളുകളുമൊക്കെ ഈ സമൂഹത്തോട് പറയുന്നത് യുദ്ധമില്ലാത്ത ഒരു കാലത്തെക്കുറിച്ചുള്ള സങ്കല്പത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയാണ്. അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു ലോകം പണിയുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി നമ്മുടെ കുട്ടികളിൽ അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ബോധം ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയാണ് മൗണ്ട് ഹിറ പബ്ലിക് സ്കൂൾ ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ളൊരു ദിനാചരണ പരിപാടി സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഈ പരിപാടിയിൽ വ്യത്യസ്തമായിട്ട് കൂട്ടുകാരുടെ വിവിധ പരിപാടികൾ ഉണ്ടാവും. മലർവാടിയെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം നല്ലൊരു നാളേക്ക് വേണ്ടി, നല്ലൊരു ഭാവിക്ക് വേണ്ടി, നല്ലൊരു ലോകത്തിന് വേണ്ടി യുദ്ധവിരുദ്ധമായിട്ടുള്ള മുദ്രാവാക്യങ്ങളും യുദ്ധവിരുദ്ധ പ്രക്ഷോഭങ്ങളും യുദ്ധവിരുദ്ധ റാലികളും ഒക്കെ ഈ മഹാമാരിക്കാലത്ത് നമുക്ക് അറിയാം. അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള പരിപാടികൾക്കൊക്കെ നിയന്ത്രണങ്ങളുള്ള സമയത്ത് ഇതിൽ പ്രതിഷേധിക്കുകയും യുദ്ധം മൂലം അനുഭവിക്കുന്ന കുടുംബങ്ങളോട് അനുകമ്പ പുലർത്തുകയും അങ്ങനെ നല്ലൊരു ലോകത്തിന് വേണ്ടി, നല്ലൊരു നാടിന് വേണ്ടി, നല്ലൊരു സമൂഹത്തിന് വേണ്ടി പണിയെടുക്കുന്ന നല്ല മക്കളായി തീരുവാൻ മലർവാടി ബാലസംഘം നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരെയും ക്ഷണിക്കുന്നു, കൃത്യമായി സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. എല്ലാവർക്കും അഭിവാദ്യങ്ങൾ. നല്ലൊരു സമാധാനമുള്ള ഒരു ലോകം ഉണ്ടാവട്ടെ എന്ന് പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to welcome Rita ma'am for the speech.
Good morning, my dear children. How are you? I think all are fine. You know, we are moving through a crisis. COVID-19 pandemic. On this context, we couldn't see face to face. Anyway, I am waiting eagerly to see you all. You know, today, 6th August, Hiroshima Day. August 9th, coming. What do you remember when you hear these days? Surely, it will be about wars. These days remind us about the wars, isn't it? The Second World War. It was the largest war in the history. You can watch the photos and understand what happened on those days. 6th August, Hiroshima Day. This day reminds us about the war. The Second World War was a global war that lasted from 1939 to 1945. It involved the vast majority of the world's countries, including all the great powers, forming two opposing military alliances, the Allies and the Axis. The Axis powers were Germany, Italy, and Japan, and the Allies were France, Great Britain, the United States, the Soviet Union, and to a lesser extent, China. In fact, it was the largest war in history. The major causes of Second World War were numerous. They include the impact of the Treaty of Versailles following First World War, the worldwide economic depression, the rise of militarism in Germany and Japan, and the failure of the League of Nations. Japan refused the declaration. The USA did not want to invade Japan. They reasoned that using the atom bomb would deliver a huge blow to Japan. This would save the lives of hundreds of thousands of American troops. There were four targets to choose from: Hiroshima, Kokura, Nagasaki, and Niigata. Hiroshima and Nagasaki were selected because they were left mostly untouched by war. A B-29 Super Fortress bomber named the Enola Gay was chosen to drop the first bomb on Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. Paul W. Tibbets and his crew dropped the uranium-based atomic bomb on Hiroshima. The bomb was codenamed Little Boy. There were 90,000 buildings in Hiroshima before the bomb was dropped, but only 28,000 remained after the explosion. An estimated total of 237,000 related deaths resulted from the explosion. Most deaths and injuries occurred when people were trapped in their burning houses or struck by debris. Many people died in Hiroshima directly through bomb attack, but indirectly through radiations by uranium bomb. Of the city's 90,000 buildings, 60,000 were destroyed. They left many survivors homeless. This is the news article after bomb attack. The Brainerd Dispatch is a daily morning newspaper published in Brainerd, Minnesota, in United States. You just think, what will happen if this bomb blast was avoided? Then most of the people's lives would be saved. Property of Hiroshima would not be damaged. Historical monuments would be saved, which would enhance the glory of Japan. Uranium radiation would not cause lifetime destruction, which people are facing till today. Hiroshima Day is not a day of celebration, but it is the day of remembrance. Hope for a nuclear-free world. As a teacher, I have the responsibility to guide you. So I reminded all these facts. Now you think what to do. Today you are the children, but you are the citizens of tomorrow. You can do it for the better tomorrow. I conclude my words by remembering some lines. Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is a beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. Let's pray for the world peace. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's hear an English poem by Hiba.
Good morning, everybody. Let's listen to a poem that brings light of hope into disappointed minds. Hiroshima Peace Song. White clouds overhead, the bell rings, the bell of peace, echoing east and west to the summit of the sky. White clouds overhead, the bell rings, the bell of peace, echoing east and west to the summit of the sky. We race in courage to regain our glory. By the swelling blue waves, the bell rings, the bell of peace. Sounding prayers far and wide, north and south to the depths of the sea. We surmount our sorrow and gaze ahead to the horizon. White clouds overhead, the bell rings, the bell of peace, echoing east and west to the summit of the sky. The clear sparkling air, the bell rings, the bell of peace. In the clear sparkling air, the bell rings, the bell of peace. Feeling for our fondest hopes to our borders and beyond. Reaching out to the world and singing out in harmony. Reaching out to the world and singing out in harmony. Singing out in harmony. Thank you.
Thank you, Hiba. Let's forget our sorrows and hope for a peaceful world. Now, let's see some posters made by our friends which depicts the brutality of nuclear weapon. So friends, let's take a pledge that we will always work together to spread the message of mutual respect, peace and harmony and will never endorse any type of victims. Sadako cranes are the symbol of world peace. Let's fly Sadako everywhere.
Fidarinshi from class 9th. Here I am sharing the story of Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes. Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes is a story that inspires hope and peace. Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes is based on the true story of a girl named Sadako Sasaki. It begins 9 years after the United States dropped an atom bomb on the city of Hiroshima, Japan in an attempt at the end of World War II. When the bomb fell, the Sadako was 2 years old and she survived the explosion with seemingly no injuries. However, She was 11 years old. She discovered that she had leukemia, a form of cancer. While she was in hospital, her best friend told that if she folded 1,000 paper cranes, the God would heal her. She continued to grow weaker and sicker, but she never gave up hope. And she in the book she make 644 paper cranes before her last breath. The Sadako story was inspired and gave up hope all over the world. That's all. Thank you.
I express my sincere gratitude to each and everyone for being a part of this session. Thank you all.